Hello and welcome to Blue Army TV. I'm sitting here with Max from Carlisle United News, the Instagram page, and we're here to talk about our table predictions for the League One season. Very nearly said League Two this a second ago there because I'm so used to
Hopefully
it
not,
now.
mate.
Not, hopefully not now, and hopefully not for a good couple of years. So, Max, do you want to start off just by plugging your Instagram? Tell us what that's all about.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, started it quite a few years ago. Just a bit of fun, really. Get a bit of interaction with the different fans on there, and yeah, never thought I'd be predicting a League One table, that's for sure. But yeah, thanks for having me anyway.
Go on, plug how many followers you've got.
Oh, it's over 2,000 now.
We
Yeah,
could
only
we could only
recently
dream
though,
on
only
this channel.
recently. I think the playoffs help with that a bit.
Oh, absolutely. It helped with my channel as well. I think I jumped up nearly 100 from that.
Yeah, yeah,
It brought a lot of good exposure just to the club in general. Um, but yeah, look, like I've already said, we're here to predict the League Two table, and we're going to start off with the four relegation spots. You know, you so used to having two relegation places in League Two, that four
yeah.
comes as a bit of a shock. It looks very
Makes
dangerous
you a
when you
bit
look at some of the
makes you a
teams,
bit
doesn't
more
it?
nervous, doesn't it?
It
Really, to
does, yeah.
be fair.
There have been some points deductions already. Wigan, I think, have had some points deducted, and
Yeah,
Reading look like they might be getting a points deduction in the near future.
yeah.
But do you want to go
Was it 8 points for Wigan? Was it?
8 points for Wigan? But I think
Yeah,
they have battled back from worse before. But do you want to go? Do you want to say your four and see if there's any similarities
yeah.
with
So I'll
ours?
start with rock bottom. I've put Cheltenham.
Okay.
Bit of a shock one, but yeah, I just think it's going to be a competitive league, and I don't know. They haven't got the biggest following, I don't think, Cheltenham.
No, and it
So
looks like they're going to lose Alfie May as well to
yeah,
possibly Gillingham in the league below. So they're going to
yeah,
lose who has been their star man for a good few seasons.
yeah. So that in itself shows maybe they don't have as much sort of resources as the other teams in the league. I mean, I know we don't, but anyway, 23rd, I've got Burton. I just don't think they'll have enough really. They were mid-table last season, but
Yeah.
for me, I just don't. I think fans play a massive part in where you finish, and yeah, another team that hasn't got the biggest following in the world. So
I think they've
um,
signed. Is it the striker from Barra? And you
striker
just
from well, that's it.
one of
That's
the
settled it for me
exactly, yeah.
then.
They're signing like they've signed a couple of good sort of League Two level players, and it almost makes you think maybe they're preparing more for a promotion race in League Two next season when they go
Yeah,
down
yeah, yeah,
than actually trying to stay up in this league. That will be the aim, but
yeah.
I don't think the board at Burton will be too disheartened if they were to go down in the end. Uh,
No,
I've got them in 20 seconds, so I'm
yeah.
agreeing with
Well,
you on that one.
I'm glad I'm not a million miles away, anyways.
So have you got 20 seconds?
Fleetwood. I've gone Fleetwood, another mid-table team from last season. They have been in League One for a while. I think quite established.
Yeah.
But again, I just don't see anything in the squad which I'm like scares me really. So
Yeah, and they've had a couple of ownership problems as well. They could be looking at a points deduction themselves. I think their chairman's just been put in prison for 13 years for fraud. Like they've who I've
well,
got rock
yeah,
bottom. They've
yeah,
so we're agreeing on two of these teams so far.
yeah, that's
And
good.
21st.
21st Cambridge, skin
Good
of the
shout.
teeth last year.
Yeah.
I
And
wouldn't
they've
be
lost
surprised
Jack
if they even.
Iredale.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're even further down. To be fair, um, yeah, again, I
So
think they
you've
were
got
lucky.
Wigan to survive.
I have, yeah. That was a bit of a shock actually. Eight 8 points. They just win three in a row, and then that's it, you know. And obviously they've come down. They might be able to
Easier said
keep
than
on to some
done.
of their players. I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah. Well, they've battled back from worse before. That when they had Zach Clough, who obviously didn't do very well at Carlisle, he
no,
helped them stay in League One a couple of
previous.
years ago when they had a sort of, I think it was an 8 point deduction back then. I'll
Yeah,
go through my four. They're quite similar. I've got Fleetwood rock bottom.
yeah,
Then I've got Wigan. I don't think they'll be able to put it together like they did a few years ago. Then I've got Burton Albion. Then I've got Stevenage. More because I don't like Steve Evans than because I think Stevenage will actually go down.
well,
It's more
fair
just a thing of
point. Fair
spite.
point.
It is. I just don't like Steve Evans. It's not anything logical. It's purely
No, to be
emotionally
fair,
charged.
I've got Stevenage 20th, so maybe
Well,
I'm not his
exactly.
biggest
Yeah.
fan.
You said Cambridge as well, who I've got 19th. I said Northampton to finish 20th.
Yeah,
And one of your big relegation teams, Cheltenham, I put 14th.
Cheltenham. Yeah,
Um,
weird one. We'll have to see at the end of the season who's right, but
it's not even
yeah,
anything logical for me for that. I don't have any reasons for putting them that high up. It's just a sort of thing of I think they're just gonna do it because they're a generally quite well run club. Like a lot of them teams at the bottom, like we've both put Fleetwood there. Um, Wigan as well. We've put
yeah,
Burton Albion. These are clubs that have had issues with ownership and sort of how the club's being run. And
yeah. I think
that's
you
that's
get that a
yeah,
lot at this level, don't you?
you do, and it's an unfortunate reality of modern football now that a lot of teams that go down are just teams that don't have good owners. And it happens in League Two. You look at Scunthorpe, Oldham, them sort of teams that go down. The same's
Yeah,
happening in League One, where it's less a matter of judging people's squads and judging people's ownership models now at this level.
I mean, you look
But
at the extremes as well. You've got like Bury and things like that. You
yeah,
know,
exactly. Bury and almost Bolton as well, who I'm sure
yeah,
we'll
that
both
they
mention.
got lucky. Yeah,
But I remember Sky Sports there was a deadline of like they both had so many hours
I
before
know.
they went bankrupt, and
Can you
Scunthorpe
imagine
weren't too
that?
far off. And you know what? That's
Awful
why
one.
I don't want to make fun of it too much in case
I
it's us
know.
in a few years because it is awful. But it
Yeah,
can happen to clubs like Carlisle, like a lot of teams in this division where
yeah,
one bad sort of
100%.
ownership decision, one bad financial investment, and we're in the
Yeah,
gutter. We're right back down there. You look at what's happened to Scunthorpe. They're now, they've moved from what they were pushing for the championship, I think 10 years
yeah.
ago, and now they're in National League North. Uh,
I know it's well. It does show with like the likes of Bolton. I've predicted them in fourth. I know we're going on to playoffs in a minute, but
ditto.
shows you can come back.
Fourth
Shows you
place.
can come back.
Well, that's a good segue actually. We'll go into our playoff places. I'll go through mine first. I've gone with
Yeah,
in sixth. I've gone with Blackpool, recently relegated. They're gonna lose Jerry Yates, which
yeah,
is a big loss for them. He was brilliant for us not too long ago now, but he's a good championship level player that they're gonna lose to. It's looking like Swansea. Then
yeah.
I've gone with Wickham, less of a sort of one that I
Wickham,
look
yeah,
at this. I just quite like the club and I kind of want to see them
yeah.
do well. Then I've gone with
I mean, they were
Bolton
in the
fourth.
championship not that long ago, were they?
Well,
Wickham.
exactly, yeah, and they put up a good fight. I think they were only relegated on the last day, which for a club that sort of
Yeah,
size,
that's a
the
good
expectation,
achievement, really.
it's
Good
good for
achievement.
them to even
Would
be in
have
the
been gutted, but
championship.
still.
Absolutely. And then I've gone with the unlucky playoff losers this season in third with Barnsley because I am right in thinking only two go automatically, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Well,
Barnsley,
take them off.
Bolton,
Yeah,
Wycombe, Blackpool.
yeah.
A lot of the B's in that. Uh, any similarities in yours? I know you've already
Yeah,
said
so
Bolton fourth too.
Bolton's the same. I had Bolton fourth. Um, some people I've seen have predicted them going a bit higher than that. Um, but we'll have to just wait and see. But they're definitely on the up, in my opinion. Um, what are the others? I actually had Derby at third. They're favourites to win the league for a lot of people as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously got a really good squad, and they've bounced back from obviously the trouble that they had in the championship recently. So it's exciting times for Derby and Bolton, in my opinion. Fifth, I had Reading, automatic promotion candidates, you could say, but I just think they might get a bit complacent. And teams coming down, they'll often think, "Oh, League One,"
You see, I think with
they'll be happy.
Reading, it automatically just depends on what happens with the ownership thing. Like if they get points
Yeah,
deducted, players look at that and they think, I don't want to go there. They're in a really bad place. Will I even get my wages paid?
yeah.
I've got them all the way down at 12th, Reading, because I
Mm.
think they've got good players, but I don't think they're going to be able to attract many more
Well,
because of the financial
obviously
stuff that's happened.
we're speaking now. Like it's not even August yet; it's 18th, so
Yeah,
um, there's plenty of time in the transfer window, and it's tricky to
it is
judge
tricky.
teams
It's
like this.
tricky predicting anything at this early on.
I mean, I wouldn't
That's
be
why it's so
surprised if
fun.
we've got,
Because
two or
what'll happen?
three
We'll both
right
come
in the
back to
hunt
this
for
in a
the league.
year's time and see
Yeah,
how badly wrong we got it.
yeah,
And we'll see Burton Albion winning the league and Carlisle getting promoted automatically and we laugh at these
yeah,
predictions. But
yeah. And you'll have your 50,000 subscriber plaque in the background there.
you can only hope, can't you?
I
A
know.
promotion story
No
like
reason why
that.
not, mate. No reason why not.
No, exactly. I'm not sure there's 50,000 Carlisle fans in the world to be honest. But it's a nice fort. It is a nice fort. But sorry, go through your four again.
So Derby third, Bolton fourth, Reading fifth, and then I actually had a bit of a weird one, Bristol Rovers at sixth.
Hmm. Is it
Um,
Collins, their star striker? He's been on a bit of
yeah,
a good form recently.
yeah. I just think they're going to be a bit of a dark horse for me. 17th last season, but as we saw with Carlisle last season, it doesn't really matter. No one predicted us to do as well as we did. We'll have been relegation fodder for some people last season, but
As with this
obviously we went
season.
up. So yeah,
Yeah, I had
so
a similar feeling with Bristol Rovers, to be honest with you. I didn't think they would finish that high up. I put them in 10th.
yeah.
I just think they've got a strong, as much as I hate him, Joey Barton is a decent enough manager at this level, isn't he? Like, he is a
I don't
prick.
think many people do like him though, but
Nobody likes him, but you've got to
no.
kind of respect what he's done there. Um,
I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter if we don't like him at the end of the day if he gets the results. So.
well, exactly, yeah.
We'd like him if he came to Carlisle.
Yeah, if it went well.
Yeah,
I hope he never does, but yeah, we would like it
hopefully
if we
not.
can.
No.
But yeah, I think you're right there. I think Bristol Rovers are building something good, and I think the ultimate aim is just to be in the same league as Bristol City, to be up in the
Yeah.
championship with them. I think
They don't
that
want
is
to
the
be in the
long
shadow,
term
do they?
aim.
That's the thing.
That's exactly the point. I don't even think they want success for themselves. They just want success so they're not overshadowed by their city
Yeah.
rivals.
Reminds you of Barrow, doesn't it? A little bit.
They'll never be anywhere near us, mate.
No, hopefully not.
Never. But yeah, it's interesting. We've only got one similarity in that, and that's Bolton because,
Yeah, the thing is, it's so hard to predict, in it? Like, I've said
and
it
that's the thing
before,
with
but
especially playoffs. Anyone could get them.
yeah,
Like us last season, no one thought we would get
100%. No
playoffs. Like
one.
when
Nah,
Morecambe went up as well, no one
being
expected
crazy.
them to be anywhere near it. They're such weird things, the playoffs, and that's why people love them, and that's why football fans watch them. Like
I mean, it's the best way to go up, isn't it? If you can guarantee it.
if
But
exactly,
it's
that's the
just,
famous saying, isn't
I mean,
it?
the penalties, man. I don't want to relive that again. Like, it's awful.
I loved it when we won them, but we're going into
Yeah,
them
obviously, yeah, yeah,
absolutely horrendous.
awful, yeah.
Taylor Charters, Mary Paul Lad getting
I mean,
the
fair,
winning
fair
pen.
play to him for stepping up. Like, I would never, I could never step up
Exactly.
for that. No way,
It's nerves of steel, isn't it? And you get that being from West Country.
100%.
Okay, so we're going to the big one now. The top two. I'll let you carry it away. Should we just reveal our second, actually, our second place?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for a second, I went for Portsmouth. They've
Yep,
been knocking
same.
on the door for years. They've been knocking on the door for years, haven't they? And I just think they're due a promotion at this point. Obviously, massive club for this level. They've always had a good League One side as well. They just always seem to miss out at like the final hurdle. I think they
Yeah.
were eighth last season. So yeah, I just think they're due a promotion basically.
Yeah, they lost out very narrowly to Sunderland in one of the playoff finals not so long ago, I think, when Sunderland went up.
Yeah,
I've got Portsmouth second as well, so we can agree on that one. I just think
nice
they're
one.
too good to be in League One.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
nearly put them first, but Portsmouth, they just don't. There's a few teams in this league, like you look at Bolton, Derby,
Yeah,
Portsmouth, uh, you know, Reading to an extent, Wigan. You think there's clubs in this league that you look at, like the Bournemouths and the Brentfords in the Premier League, and you just think, how is that this way
they could
around?
easily swap places with them, like the Bournemouths, couldn't
Exactly.
they, and not be out of place kind of thing.
Well, we've got a
Yeah,
bigger ground than Bournemouth, and so
yeah. I
it just
always like
shows
to bring
you.
that one up. That's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
yeah,
We could be where they are. Blackpool, another good example. I mean, it's great for us because we've got some brilliant away days to look forward to,
yeah. We do.
going
Yeah,
to these big
can't
grounds.
wait.
But I mean, at the end of the day, should Portsmouth be in League One? Probably not when you
No,
look at the
no, they
history.
shouldn't. But they haven't done enough to get out of it. That's the problem. You can't just it's beauty of football,
Exactly.
really.
Yeah.
You can't just go up because you've got more fans or you did all right in the FA Cup a few years ago. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, as
But
Bradford fans found out last season, a big ground doesn't get you
my
promoted.
delight, yeah, 100%. Fair play to them though. That I was impressed with how they conducted themselves at Brunton Park. Definitely, thought they had great fans, Bradford.
Yeah, yeah, same. And it's very difficult to conduct yourself well when all of the Carlisle fans are on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say the same. I don't think we'd have behaved the same way. Um,
No,
if it was the other
definitely
way
not.
around.
Well, there's been issues in the past, hasn't there?
There was, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
But yeah, top spot. Who have you got?
So I'm for Barnsley.
Oh, I think
Barnsley,
that's a
just
controversial one.
it is controversial, but I remember watching them in the playoffs last season, and I thought they were really unlucky. To be fair, obviously lost against Sheffield Wednesday, I think it was,
Yeah,
and they should, yeah. To be fair, they should never have been in League One, but
it's
yeah, I
another
just think
example, isn't it?
I just think they'll be hungry for it this season, and
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
obviously got a
exactly.
good enough team, but obviously there's plenty of the transfer window left, so who knows? But
If
I think they've
Sheffield
got a good
Wednesday
chance.
hadn't have gone up, I'd have definitely put them as title favourites this season.
Oh,
Whereas,
100%, yeah,
yeah, I've
definitely.
put Barnsley third, so I'm not a million miles away from that. I think
Yeah,
they'll just miss out because I think they've got a good team. One of my favourite memories as a Carlisle fan was Carlisle under Stephen Presley somehow beating Barnsley 3-0. Harry
yeah,
McCurdy and Nathan Thomas scored. I'll never forget that. Um, for top spot, I've gone with Derby County just because
yeah,
I know fans don't win your leagues, but they've got such a massive ground, such an
they
amazing
are.
sport and fan base.
Yeah.
Some good championship players still in that squad. I just think they're too good to not go up, and I'm looking forward to going to that away day and then not doing it again for a long, long time. Uh, yeah, but
Yeah,
I think they're too good not to go up, and I think
yeah,
they'll do it.
no.
I think they'll do it in this
Your
championship.
first was my third, and yeah, my third was your first. So
Yeah, and vice
yeah,
versa.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be either,
So
honestly.
we've
But
got the same top three,
yeah, but I
just
know
in different
that
order.
probably means they're both going to be quite drastically wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Realistically,
absolutely.
but
Derby are getting
we'll have to see.
relegated.
Yeah,
Barnsley are finishing 16th. Uh,
Carlisle top.
you can only dream, can't you?
I will see.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, 100%.
Us getting promoted last season was probably stranger. But speaking of Carlisle, where have you got the Mighty Blues?
14th. So pretty. I
Safe.
don't know. Yeah, so 14th. I just thought mid-table, solid. Build on to next season. Build on to the season after, in my opinion. Obviously we've lost a few players. Feeney, Patrick, and that. Wasn't too bothered about Patrick, but Feeney, I was a bit annoyed that he left. So I think just build the squad for this season, get a solid mid-table, and we'll see.
Yeah, Dennis as well, losing your top goal scorer. Although I don't think
Yeah.
Dennis and Patrick were really massive losses. I think the Shrewsbury getting Feeney, absolutely
See,
massive surprise. It just seems like a
yeah.
sided move, doesn't it?
To be honest, I don't know why he went. I don't know why he went to Shrewsbury. To be honest, maybe the location. Obviously, Carlisle right up in the
That's
north.
what I think it is. I think it's
That's
just being
probably,
closer
yeah,
at home. But you look at and again, it's the closer at home thing. But there was interest from the likes of Hearts and Hibs allegedly.
yeah,
You think you go to them clubs, you go and you play European football. You
yeah,
understand that coming from a League Two club. You don't
yeah.
expect them to go to Shrewsbury,
No, in the same
who,
league. I mean, I
yeah,
predicted Shrewsbury at 17th, below Carlisle.
same, yeah,
So
17th. I've
well
put
planned.
them.
Really?
Yeah.
There
Uh,
you go.
and I've
Great
got
minds.
Carlisle in 15th, so we're really not a million miles away. So,
Yeah,
he's gone to a club that we both predicted to finish lower than us because they've had
yeah,
some sort of ownership problems as well.
yeah.
I think
And I
they do
really
they
hope
still
we
have a
do
new manager?
finish above them now,
I do just for that.
just for that.
There's the funny comments of him in the blue kit with his ginger hair looking like a Nerf bullet. But
Yeah. To be
yeah,
fair, we would have had a blue kit as well, so it's a lose-lose for
exactly,
us.
yeah. But last season it wasn't as bad because we had that weird PSG sort of
Yeah, I
shirt. It's
hated
like
that. I
I
hated that
really
shit.
hated that as well. It's going to be iconic because we got promoted in it now, like the deck chair shirt
Oh
is.
yeah,
But
I'll still
when it
not
came
goodbye,
out,
but
still love this one more.
yeah, that one's
A
amazing. I think
lot
that's
more.
one. Honestly, I think that's the best kit we've had in years. Honestly,
It's the best
absolutely
kit
love
I've
it.
got. Other than the
Yeah,
deck chair kit, I think it's probably the best kit
yeah.
that in the modern
Still haven't
times.
managed to get one. They sold out like instantly, didn't they?
Oh, the shirts, you not got a new shirt yet?
Yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't got one though.
No, I was very lucky. I was one of the weirdos that queued for a couple of hours on
But you
opening
tent
day.
tent outside Brunton Park, was it?
I live there. That's where I'm all the time. Anyways, Brunton Park, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
season ticket day opening up, you sitting waiting in a queue for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it wasn't raining, to be honest.
Worth it in the end though. Worth it in the end.
It was because I've heard a lot of people come up and say to me like, "Oh, where have you got that kit from? They're all
Yeah,
sold
yeah.
out now."
Yeah, it's class. Even the away one's growing on me, I saw it when it got released. I thought, oh, I don't know how I feel about all that. But yeah, it's growing on me.
Yeah, it's a weird
Like
one
either
because
of them,
obviously
really.
there's that weird clip of the Wimbledon commentators talking about it.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, because there was two Carlisle fans just turned up at Wimbledon, didn't they? In
in
their
their full
kits, they definitely
kits.
knew what they were doing. They wanted to get spotted, didn't they?
It's hard not to get spotted when you're wearing that. It
Exactly.
just the way somebody put it perfectly. It looks like you've just lost very badly at paintball.
Yeah,
Like that's the best way of describing that kit.
yeah. To be fair, you've got to have a bit of fun with the kits, haven't you? It's better than like boring like ones we've had in the past, like last season.
Yeah, yeah, and it's one of those ones where when the deck chair kit came out, people didn't like it because it looked
Yeah,
bizarre. But
iconic, isn't it?
yeah, but because you won things in it, it's now iconic and people love it. And if we go and have a mad sort of season at Carlisle now and get promoted
Fingers
again,
crossed.
it'll be iconic as a deck chair kit. Now, I just want to throw a
Yeah.
spanner in the works because you've predicted us 14th.
I
I've
have.
said 15th. One small spanner in the works of that is Paul Simpson has never had a full season at Carlisle where he hasn't got us promoted.
I was about to say.
Do you think that's going to come to an end this season? Or do you think
Um,
what do you think our chances are? If you had to give it a percentage, what do you think our chances of getting promoted are?
our chances of getting promoted. Let's say we sign two or three more players before the end of the window.
Which we're probably
Uh,
going to do.
yeah, probably. So I'd say probably 10%.
I'll take that.
And that's generous.
And what do you think our chances of getting relegated are?
0.
That's going to come back to bite us horribly.
I shouldn't have said that. No, but I just don't think I don't think with Simo, I don't think we're going to get relegated, even with those four
No.
relegation spots. No.
Another sort of more negative spanner in the works is we haven't really got any decent strikers at the minute.
Yeah, but
Any proven League One strikers. I know Joe Garner's had his day, but it scares me from Paul Simpson when he says he wants three more signings. Now, to me, I've interpreted that as three more signings and then some loan signings on top of that.
yeah, yeah.
Do
I
you
think
think
we're
three signings is going to be? Because I think we need three strikers alone. Assuming Dan Butterworth's coming in to play that striker role, that still only
yeah,
leaves us with what? That's Edmondson,
yeah,
Garner, and him, and that's us done. Unless you want to counter sort of Romeo Park or
yeah.
another youth player. So
Um,
it's just the three at the minute. And if you think back to last season, we had
I think
seven on the books. We need a good,
yeah.
experienced League One striker, sort of marquee striker for me. That at the
I
minute,
mean, it's
with
the
the way
hardest position to get, isn't it? Really.
it is, because
Everyone's
that's
after
what
a
keeps you
striker.
up.
Yeah. I've heard loads of rumors like Gary Medine and people like that coming back.
But the thing is with Gary Medine, is he not older than Joe Garner? Like we've got that kind of player in Joe Garner where coming
Yeah,
towards the end of the career, probably not fit enough to play 90 minutes every week, but has that bit of quality about him. I think Gary Medine would be very similar to that. I think we need more of a Cole Stockton, who I think's already gone somewhere else, but
yeah,
you know what I mean. That sort of proven League One goal scorer that can do it for a few seasons, like what Bristol Rovers have got with Collins or something like that.
yeah. I think what obviously Greg and Simo will be probably have already said this to each other already, and they'll have people on the books. And I just put my trust in them. To be fair, they'll know
Same.
a lot more than me. And he's always managed. We had a really good January in terms of signings, I think. So I've
Yeah,
definitely got my trust in him, and I don't have any worries about relegation or anything like that.
not
No.
I'm not as confident yet, but I think we will stay up because I just trust the manager
Yeah.
and Greg Abbott
The
too much.
Brennan Park will be bouncing as well. We're going to get good
Oh,
crowds, I think.
absolutely. Yeah, this is especially with the fantastic work the Warwick Road boys are doing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's now
So,
it's seen as an event to come to Carlisle because people want to come just to see the atmosphere now because it's been advertised so well on the likes of Facebook
yeah.
and Instagram and like pages like yours. It promotes Carlisle in a really positive light and that I haven't seen in a long, long time. You could argue Chris Beach for a little bit, but that was also sort of you lockdown era. No
Yeah.
fans were in the ground, so it's a weird sense of positivity that I'm not used to whatsoever. But I think we'll get good crowds, and I think that'll see us over the
Yeah.
line.
Now
And
we
as
will
well,
get good crowds, yeah.
yeah,
We
and a
just got to
little
enjoy it.
caveat to that, I think Ryan Edmondson's going to have an absolute belter of a
I would,
season.
100%. Yeah. I think he's quality, especially towards the end of last season. When he first came in, I was a bit I was a bit kind of, I don't know, I wasn't sure
Yeah,
about him, so,
unproven sort of thing.
but yeah, but I think he's gonna really kick on now and reach the potential that people thought he had when he started his career.
Yeah. Fun fact about Edmondson, he hasn't scored a goal yet with his feet. Every single
Also,
goal has been a header.
I have to think about what I just said then, actually. No, but yeah, hopefully he does well. He'll be a big player for us, I think.
Yeah, I certainly hope so because he's definitely got the potential to do that. Uh,
Yeah, definitely.
any closing thoughts before we wrap this video up?
No, I just think yeah, I'm very very impressed with your YouTube channel, and I think you're doing good work. So yeah, keep it going.
Oh, thank you, man. Same with you for the Instagram. Just shout it out one more time for those people who need to go and check it
Yeah,
out
it's
still.
Carlisle United News on Instagram. So go and follow it, drop a few comments and stuff, and get a bit of interaction going.
Yeah, go and give it a follow. It's the most reliable sort of Instagram news source, and you see them kind of numbers in the following, and I think that's slowly becoming you're the Instagram guy now. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like
there's a lot of good ones out there that have popped up, to be fair. So give
there
credit to
are,
them
there are,
as
but
well.
I feel like you're the one now, the one people go to, the big one people see when they first sort of look up your Carlisle on Instagram,
Yeah,
other than the official
thank you
account,
very
of
much.
course. But yeah, no, it's been an honor speaking to you.
Yeah, you too.
It's been a quality video, and in a year's time, we're gonna have to come back to this and see
Yeah,
just how
how
wrong we were,
wrong we were. Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's gonna be a fun one. But yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Thank you for watching the video. Please like the video, go over and follow Max on Instagram, and subscribe to the channel. And in a bit.